So not hugely expensive, and he's happy to get you whatever kind of stuff, like rapid firing or whatever. Those are the legal modifications. I don't know about the illegal stuff, he says. But I've heard that they make guns that don't make noise and stuff when they're on. But you would need to talk to somebody who deals with illegal things to find out more about that. So for both of your guns, since you have the adjustable air, earth, fire, water, and they do D8 damage in any of those flavors, you have to specify when you throw it up. Here's how guns work. You spend 1 magic point, 1 round, making gun go on. Activate. And they go really loud. And white fucking smoke starts coming out of it. And then you go, and then after that you can go zap, zap. You can't double tap or anything. That's the rapid fire mod. But zap, 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 etc. And your range would be 20 meters exactly. 21 meters, it dissipates just before it gets to him, scaring the shit out of him. They look like Star Wars laser beams, but in whatever color going with the element. So the brown is the earth element, etc. Yeah.
And we have 50.
Oh, plus 20 more silver for each gun. That's for the energy source, the Chris that powers it. Or no, yeah, 20 silver. The Chris at 20 silver is almost half as much as a basic pistol. Chris is expensive, but it powers shit.
Whew. Yeah.
That is the smallest Chris as well. They have Chris that cost crazy amounts of money, and the Chris hunters, he tells you, they go out every day looking and hoping for the big score. Yes.
So this is a separate insert that you put into the gun, or they have to refill the actual gun?
It's built in to the gun, and you have to have special tools to open it up. Although, well, you could probably get it open if you really wanted, but it's super delicate work and such. They don't recommend abusing the gun, although the Chris chambers are usually padded. Like on cars, they have big Chris, but if somebody, and usually their chamber that the big Chris is in is padded and armored. But if somebody was able to shoot or something, then the entire thing might blow up in the area around it and stuff like that if the Chris was damaged. Because not only does Chris power our magic, but it's freakishly dangerous as well. He nods benevolently. You could probably very easily lose a hand and part of the arm if somebody was to shoot a gun out of your hand.
Wow.
It's dangerous stuff. But it's what we got.
Okay.
Sounds good.
That's what I like to hear, he says. He leaves the store closed. He goes off to buy you guys guns, telling you he'll be back in an hour or two. He has a spirit pentagram and can buy things, goods and services.
Oh, we can't even buy anything.
Well, you buy apples and shit like that. You get a hotel room and stuff like that, if they're not checking papers.
Yeah.
Are we just sitting outside his door?
Pretty much. Unless you want to go somewhere else.
You can finish your sandwich now, Glenn.
Well, I mean, human society is very rough on monsters. So, what a bunch of racist dicks, you think? Anyway, eventually he comes back, and he does no fanfare. He just hands you each your gun. He says, "Keep it hidden away because since you guys are monsters and stuff, don't want to let the humans get all nervous. But once we get out of the city walls, then you can have them out. And I even got you the pistol pockets." He hands you each a holster. He doesn't know what they're called. He's not a gun guy.
It's a holster.
Older than what, he says.
holster.
Oh, right. So,
I hide the gun on my person.
no worries. No roll even needed until somebody comes a looking for it. So, right. He says, if you would like, I do have a place you guys can stay above my shop. It shows like a fly going near the shop and it drops out of the air from the smell and just lays there twitching. If you don't have a place to stay, he says. If you could pass between worlds and fade out of existence and into your own bubble dimension or something like that, wherever monsters go, then you could do that for the night, I suppose.
For monsters. We'll find a place. Thanks, though.
Thank you for your
Certainly. Are you
hospitality.
sure? It's. I won't charge you anything.
It's
I'll even throw in some food. It shows like the food inside just curling up, and you're like, ah.
no, we'll
Okay.
need to get some fresh air.
No problem. Tomorrow when we're ready to, as soon as we leave the city limits, and I think that you'll like it, I will be happy to give you each your potions and such. Yeah, they're very, very expensive potions. Well, not that expensive. Actually, I just did recently. He starts muttering and going off. Something about a sale. Shit like
See
that.
you tomorrow.
Goodbye. Oh, yes, goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, my friend monsters, he says. Some other people walking by looking like, what? And he wanders off. Meet back here. An hour or two after dawn.
Okay.
He does a big wave, nearly gets run over by a fucking hansom cab, and then staggers into the road and goes over to wherever he goes at night. He seems a bit flighty, but really friendly, and he pretty much instantly trusted you guys with basically money.
Yeah. Okay.
You pretty much got either half or a quarter of your fee up front for just showing up, which is not a bad thing.
It's not bad.
But he seems like he's smart enough to know that you don't fuck with the people who you want to bodyguard you.
It's good policy.
So, Glenn, your frugalness has its limits.
Well,
you see a piece of paint peeling off the building that you're still standing next to, inhaling the fumes of for some reason.
Thought you might appreciate not smelling dead animals all night. Anyway, find a cheap inn.
Certainly, they have one that you can share a bed with strangers.
Not that one.
Oh, your own room, but no bathroom, or your own room with a bathroom.
We'll share our own room with a bathroom.
Own room with bathroom. 3 silver each.
Oh, well, we can share a room.
I call bed.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. So.
Sleep in the bathtub.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, awkward. Right. Very uncomfortable, but by God, you managed to shave off 3 whole silver from your fucking thing there.
Yeah.
Sad.
I saved her 3 silver.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Morning comes.
I don't think they'll notice if we cast spells in private here.
I hope not. This is not a great place because, they let 2 of you in the room.
Yeah.
That means the walls are thin.
Yeah.
Casting spells always makes noise.
Yeah.
Well, you can do it if you want. I'm sure that they won't ask to check your spirit pentagrams or anything like that. I mean, if they do, you can just kill them for their impudence. It's the monster way. If you did, you die now. You want to risk it or just say, meh?
Meh.
Very well. Cut to the Great Yandoon. There are two hardened-looking mercenary types there. Both of them are pretty much. There's one lady, one guy. Both of them are dressed in chainmail armor. They have swords, crossbows, and spears. The Great Yandoon has a mule with a bunch of stuff and food and water and shit like that on there. We should keep the mule safe. It's got our food and water on it. Also tents. The mule looks fucking unhappy to be here, but it looks like he probably bought it new and shit. You can tell because some of the wrapping is still on it. So, ready to go?
Yep.
Great, he says, as he begins leading you out of the gate. He says, as soon as we're out of the city, I will tell you what I'm going to do, because I'm sure that there are people who will be very interested in finding out what I'm doing, or maybe laugh at me. I'm not sure which. Once you guys are out of the city and stuff, and he says, if you want to put on your weapons and such, we are now out of the city. Outside of the city, just so you know, there's a train track that heads off to the east. However, you guys are not going on the train track. You guys are walking along an old highway, Route 66. He says, we are doing the mystic journey of Route 66. We must physically stay on Route 66 between here and a place called Needles, which is 2 weeks hard walk away. And through doing that, we're able to build our mystical energy. But if we leave it, then we have to start over.
Really?
Yes. Well, there's more stuff in Needles that we have to do in order to make the mystical energy happen.
Empathy?
Sure.
No.
What a crazy fuckhead, you think. At least he's paying you.
I make empathy.
He believes every word of this strange fucking story. Somebody sold this poor bastard a bill of goods. And by God, now he's probably saved up for quite a while, chopping through dead animals and shit, in order to hire 4 mercenaries to fucking take his dumbass out into the wilderness to die horribly.
How much on Route 6 do we need to all stay on?
No, Route 66. Route 6 is an evil place.
Route 66.
We are going to get our kicks on Route 66, he says. I have seen the ancient prophecies of this. I had a book and I blew dust off of it, and the whole book crumpled away in my hands. But fortunately, I'd already read it.
Huh. Handy.
Sorry, what was the question again?
Is it just the ones who are wishing to extend their magical awareness that have to stay on Route 66, or all of us as a group?
Well, it probably would be best if we were all to stay on it, because you're guarding me, and I need to stay on it because I am trying to extend my magical awareness. And not just awareness, no, your magic power, your life force, your ki, your hia, or your whoo. It all builds.
Oh, yes. The juju.
Yes. Isn't that a type of toothpaste?
No.
It then cuts to the strange commercial of like some dude dressed up in voodoo clothes. Juju, toothpaste, do it now or I poke you the doll again with another needle. He said, we're going to be going to Rose Crown. This is the start of our mystic journey, but we must walk there. You notice anybody with any common sense is using the train. You guys are walking like idiots.
Rose Crown is in Needles?
No, Needles is far, far away. Rose Crown is close away.
Oh. Rose Crown is a city?
No, Rose Crown is kind of It's a place that all of the people get together with their caravans. It's the last homely inn. It's the place where you gather all your caravans and prepare to set out to the um, amazingly dangerous eastern route that will be going on.
Oh.
Yes.
It's a truck stop.
I don't know what a truck is.
Very good.
Is it a monster thing?
It's
It can be.
no.
I see. Don't worry, he tells Glenn. Your monstrous secrets are safe with me. You notice the two mercenaries, by the way, are keeping back. They're as you guys are walking, they're keeping an eye on you guys because they don't know you, they don't trust you, and they've been told you're fucking monsters of some sort that can shapeshift into humans. It'd be like being told you're traveling with two doppelgangers. They have that kind of attitude toward you guys right now. Their spears are on the donkey, sticking out, and they're just walking with their crossbows right now. They also have pistols. Why they have both crossbows and pistols, I'll leave you to guess. But you guys walk there, and after half a day of journey, you reach the gathering outpost. It's a walled town with lots of hotels. They seem to specialize in hotels and shit like that. And there's lots of different caravans that gather here to go in different directions and such. This is formerly some sort of other California city, but the ruins have been knocked down and whatnot. It's a bit pricey here, but you're not paying for shit. Your cheapness is paid off by becoming a caravan guard.
Yes.
God damn it. So, it's half a day away, and it almost killed Yandun to walk that far. At the end, he was getting your guys' help and shit. You're hoping he toughens up or whatever during the trip, but this is a rough one. You guys the inn is a bit noisy. You could probably practice your spells and stuff there. It's a bit noisy because there's literally, well, figuratively, a sea of animals surrounding the inn, all making different noises and shit, because the caravan routes go a lot further than you guys are going to be going. There's even talk of some people are going to Bag S.
Bag S?
Mm-hmm.
V.
Vag S? Oh.
Yeah.
I get it.
There, he got it.
Ooh.
Yes, let's get in a room. If that's what the Great is doing.
Yeah, well, the Great Yandun, he asked if you guys want one room or two. The other mercs are basically, it'll be you guys on one side, Yandun in the middle, mercs on the air. They're getting one room. Apparently, they're a husband-wife team of mercs. They go out and work together. Poor bastard gets no break from his wife the whole time. They either work together, live together, So all their friends are mercenaries, so they share all their friends, and so like that. So.
Yandun, you might want to get a mule or something. If
I have a mule.
I mean, to ride on, if your feet aren't going to hold out.
I don't know how to ride, he says, so I will have to toughen up. I'm going to buy extra thick shoes. Do you know how to ride?
Is somebody like leading the other mule?
No, well, if one of you wants to, but I was leading the other mule because the mercenary said when I hired them, they aren't touching any animals or carrying shit. They're keeping their hands ready for combat.
It's good policy.
You could grow an extra arm and then pull the mule, and then you'll still have two left for combat.
Nope.
Not that kind of monster, huh? No problem. I'll figure it out. So, I'll be back. I'm going to get shoes. Here's your food vouchers and stuff. I've already taken care of it. Go down there and get cashed in. Yeah. If you want to go around and talk to anybody, I should be perfectly safe in here. Shows him getting his throat slit by somebody.
Yeah, that's what Dana's thinking about.
That'd be the quickest fucking travel ever. So, are you guys wanting to do anything? There's tons of people. It's like, imagine an inn with rooms above. They kind of soundproof the room floor from the bottom floor. Nobody's getting like rowdy drunk here, but people are definitely drinking and talking and gossiping and shit down there. But all these people know they're going to be getting up in the morning. This is not the kind of place where you stay for several days. This is the kind of place where you stay for a night, 2 or 3, while you wait for other people to assemble. But yeah.
I'll go down and listen in. I bring my own apple.
Okay, no worries. You realize your food's going to run out long before the mission does, right? You're going to be forced to eat weird heathen food.
I'll eat from his.
We'll see. No problem.
Not anything that looks super questionable, but...
I was going to say, you've got a food voucher, and the food here looks like it's very basic. They don't know what the vegan or vegetarian, they don't know what that shit means. They figure they're helping everybody out by giving them extra meat. But it looks like it's hot, simple, plenty of it. It's basically working man's diet, right? The big thing you hear about is a lot of people discussing the Valley of Bones. That is the ruins and such to the east of here, i.e. where you'll be heading. There's also a lot of talk about the bandit known as... where is his ass? Oh, I know where he is. Captain Lincoln F. Stern. He has a bunch of other bandits, about 100 or more, that hang out with him, and they rob caravans. There's a big bounty on his fucking head. We're talking 4 digits or more. But the bandit gang is large and well-armed enough that they are taking out large, well-armed mercantile gangs. So there's a lot of worry about that. But they don't hit everybody who goes through. They only hit now and then. And people are like, well, if you wait an extra day and then go, he doesn't normally hit on a Tuesday. That kind of superstition is going on. Also, part of the road that you guys, and keep in mind, everybody else who is not an insane maniac normally takes the train. The trains are armored, the trains have guns on them, and also like ballista, catapults, trebuchets, shit like that. Because, well, yeah, the weapons is really a weird mix. It's like you either have magic pistols or you're back to medieval times. Those are kind of your 2 choices. But lots of people, anybody with any sense takes trains. That being said, trains are expensive because they have like a bunch of soldiers that ride around on them all the time and shit like that to fight off bandits. So there's enough foot traffic that, the bandits can still make a living. They normally don't kill people, but they take all their shit and then send them on. Although word has it that if Captain Stern dies or is taken, that his lieutenant's much more bloodthirsty.
Okay.
That's the kind of shit. There's a lot of superstitious shit and stuff like that down there. But also, in addition to heading... give me a research roll there, Dana, since you were the one who's saying that you were checking out stuff and all that. I'm assuming that...
No.
Yeah, 100. No problem. You discover also that there's some sort of ghosts that are haunting the Valley of Bones. Evil spirits that come around and try to sell you timeshares.
They're the worst kind.
They are.
I'm gonna put on a sleight of hand show.
Oh, okay, go for it. Give me a sleight of hand roll.
Pull a silver piece out of Dana's ear.
Are you doing a show or just for her? I thought you were like, gather around.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people, right?
Oh, yeah. There's a ton of people.
All right.
Sure, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand roll. Lower is better. Just barely making it will not impress anybody.
Made it.
Yeah. They watch for a while and then go back to their conversations. It wasn't a good enough show where people started tossing more silver and shit at you. They were like, yeah, that's great. Look, he can palm a silver piece. Good. They check their pouches and go back to talking. So, anything else that night? Dune's going to bed early.
Practice.
Now he's really tired.
Practice magic.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Hey.
The camera cuts to the spirits of investment bankers now dressed like Nazgul floating around trying to sell timeshares and shit for some reason. Horrible. The next city, which is 2 days away, there's been some attempts in the Valley of Bones to build like a hotel 1 day away because you're kind of back to medieval times as far as travel goes, and people tried to build hotels and shit or inns every day of travel. So you go to the next one. They haven't been able to, so everybody ends up camping out at different places, trying to hide from bandits and shit in the Valley of Bones. But after 2 days of travel, you're going to arrive at a city, if you survive, called Burned Dino.
Great.
It is an agricultural hub city, which may also be haunted according to what Dana's overheard. So everything's haunted.
It's the curse.
The curse. Way to bring it back to an earlier session so that people who listen to that go, oh, I know what this means. So, next day comes, you guys set off again. It's good news and bad news that Yandun got padded shoes. He's having more trouble walking, but, yeah. So he's trying. So he does spend some time on the donkey now and then with Monster Male, as he's been nicknamed, pulling it. And do you have animal handling mule, Scott?
No.
All right, Scott, try it, and if Scott fails, Dana, try it. Animal handling mule.
Animal handling scorpion.
You have animal handling scorpion?
Hey, I made it.
See, Monster Male does just fine.
Don't call me that.
Does Monster Female do okay?
I have animal handling horse.
I'll tell you what, you can start your mule off at what your horse was, and then they build separate.
Okay.
But it won't get you a check and learn. Whereas Scott gets a check and learn because he's extra cool and could roll an odd 7.
Okay, well, I made animal handling then.
Cool.
And I'll make a new entry for mule.
Yep. Eventually, you'll have lots of different animal handlings, and then you'll become a vet or a butcher, either way. So, you guys are traveling out, and eventually, night starts getting closer. And let's see, we're going to make Scott do the luck roll. This is during the night. Do we wake up dead from 100 bandits coming and like stealing our fucking meal because, they're so desperate they want one meal? Yes, Yes, they do.
Well,
They come
anyway,
and fucking slaughter you
I have
guys in
a
your sleep.
lucky day card.
Oh, really?
Ah.
That's turn a failed luck roll into a successful luck roll?
Yes, it is.
Right. No problem. You guys wake up, everything's super. Yeah, they're off, pillaging some other fucking thing that has more than one mule with food and water on it,
Hmm.
which is
All right.
really, honestly, it's not enough pickings to keep 100 guys going.
I want to pick up Lucky Day card with my limited retrieve.
Ooh, very
So,
well. After 2 days of travel, for those keeping track, hard slog along Route 66, you guys reach Burned Dino. To the north, mountains. To the south, they have roads that looks like it passes through several other farming villages and shit. Eventually, mountains that way. Um, the one very interesting thing about Burned Dino, and that you guys get taken to before every town you guys go to, if there's a hotel, by God, you're getting rooms, food, baths, all that shit. Yeah, he's taking care of you guys, is what I'm saying. He also, you've discovered that he is a nice guy. He's a bit fucking strange, and the horrible personal smell he has is decreasing every day that he's away from his cutting up of monsters and shit to put into potions. But he takes you to a Route 66 museum. For 1 silver, you can buy a patch to sew onto your clothes if you want, if you had sewing skill. If you don't, then you pay another 2 bits for somebody to sew them onto your clothes if you felt like it. The Great Yandoon buys 8 fucking patches, all different kinds that say Route 66. And he's like, we're going to need these. And then he's clutching them and he goes
Really?
out.
I'm sure he thinks so, Glenn.
Okay.
You guys want to buy anything? Says the guy at the Route 66 museum. They have all kinds of Route 66 shit. They have coffee cups and tables, towels that say Route 66, and ancient postcards that are freakishly expensive before the fall.
Do you have a lighter?
Yes, we do. It's like 7 silvers for this fucking lighter, but it's a Zippo that says Route 66 on it.
Does it tilt and there's a little car that goes back and forth?
No, they don't have anything that fancy. It just has a Route 66 brand logo thing on it, but they've redone it so it actually does work.
Is it like a magic lighter?
No, it for some reason it works. It's just a normal Zippo.
Oh,
Which in
okay.
itself is very odd.
I'll buy it. 7 silver.
Any patches, hats, shirts, clothing, t-shirts, towels, beach toys, coolers.
Did the Great buy all of the different designs of the patches?
He got one of each, but they have many left in stock of all these different things.
Okay. I'll get one.
One Route
I will buy
66
one.
patch,
Yes.
1 silver.
Here you go.
The bodyguards think that you guys are on crack, but they figure it's some sort of weird monster custom, so they don't question it. You guys go to hang out at the hotel and whatnot. It's the Dinosaur Hotel. And before you guys go in there, the Great Yandoon goes, look, before we go in there, something I got to tell you two, and I just wanted to make sure we're cool on this. They have pictures of dinosaurs, and I know that it might look like some of your relatives, but they're not making fun of you guys at all. It's just like really old thunder lizards and stuff. So I just wanted you to know that so you don't freak out when you get in there, okay? Glad we had this talk. Slaps you on the shoulder, heads in.
a really nice guy, Glenn.
He is being sensitive to your feelings.
That's very kind.
You guys go in there, they have a couple of bad pictures of like dinosaurs and shit on the walls that look like it was done by a fairly low bidder. So, right. And there's a lot of different people talking. Give me research roles to filter through the conversations, just chat with some people, find out what's up in your world today.
Made it.
Hey.
Both of you guys made it. Oh, good. Right. To the north, which is where you guys are going to be heading, along Route 66, is a place called Giant Pass. Giant Pass is known for high winds, turbulence, fogs, wildfires, landslides, wind that could overturn ancient trucks, and of course, giants that will demand tolls. Most people are going south toward the various farming villages and shit, and they're picking up crops and livestock, and then they bring them here, and then that shit gets fed into San Angeles eventually. Very few people have ever gone across through Giant Pass.
No, I think he froze.
Oh no!
And we're back.
Yay!
There we
So,
are.
very few people have gone across through Giant Pass and across the Mojave Desert. It's considered a foolish, stupid thing to do, done only by madmen and monsters, perhaps. Monsters, eh? Says the great Yandoon, and gives you guys a sidelong look. Anybody would probably be like, what's that about? But they're like, he's obviously crazy, and so they ignore him. They also tell you, beware of Burning Bear Forest. It's inhabited by some sort of strange bear spirits that are on fire. Hence, it's called Burning Bear Forest. We think that's where the giants may come from.
That's odd.
With this nice talkative bunch, I think I'm going to use my card Slip Up.
Ooh.
Right. One of the guys goes, I'm so happy that nobody here knows that I'm shitty at gambling, but have an addictive personality. And oh God, I shouldn't have said that. And a poker game gets going with him. He's like, no. And then the great Yandoon goes, that's okay. We're not going toward Burning Bear Forest. We're going toward Victorville. And people near him stop talking. They're like, nobody's heard anything from the people of Victorville in like over like a year. They're probably dead, probably killed by the giants or eaten by the bears, or maybe the giants threw bears at him or something. And he's like, wow, all right, then we're definitely not going to go there, right, gang? And he starts winking at you guys while leaning across the table toward you. He is really bad at that. Everybody ignores him because they think he's obviously an insane idiot. They're intent on watching the poker game. You see the guy crying as he begins losing his life savings. He was going to buy grains and shit like that. No, that's all gone. He desperately tries his gambling roll. He's a hobbyist at it, but if he can get a crit, then he'd be really, oh my God, maybe he's a card shark. So, you guys doing anything else that night?
Magic.
Do your worst.
In private.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will try to teach you. Here's my teaching. I did not make my teaching.
I teach you, but I have to charge. Yeah.
Well, I extinguish my lighter.
Anyway. That's why you bought a lighter. That is funny. Yes, keep close track of your Route 66 museum purchases, if you please.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Chinchillas.
No crits. Although I did get a check.
Hooray! This is a well-patrolled, well-guarded city. It looks like there used to be a lot of ruins, and then the ruins have been knocked down and reclaimed in fields and stuff over years. Cut to the next day. It doesn't take that long to reach Giant Pass. It's windy as shit there. It's fucking ugly. There's also 4 giants that are literally giants. It's a very small sandy roll to see something that big and ugly. They all stop a ways back. They've got a bunch of boulders and shit sitting around like, we're going to use these on you if you irritate us. One advances in order to parlay. All of them also have big fucking clubs, and they're dressed in like clothing that would allow them to move around a woodland environment much harder to see. They're not just dressed in loincloths. Sorry, what'd you got?
I'm okay with my sanity on seeing these
It's
guys.
0. They're just really fucking big people. You've seen basketball players before. These are like muscular versions of fucking double-sized basketball players.
Yeah.
So one approaches and he's like, hey, we need a toll.
Can I roll etiquette?
You don't really know giant etiquette, but you can give it a shot.
I have a card. Plus 20. No.
You sit on the ground. Giant glares at you. A bigger toll.
Diplomacy.
Giant nods at you. Good. What? You're rolling diplomacy?
Yeah.
You have a diplomacy skill?
Fast
No.
talk?
No? Yeah, I was going to say, I don't have a diplomacy skill in the game as far as I'm aware. That's a weird D&D bullshit.
I don't either.
The giant.
So apparently I just say diplomacy.
The one nods and waits, and he goes, yes.
Well, I look back at Yandun.
Yandun goes.
I've got a silver piece for each of you.
The giant looks at you and spits on the ground. He says, it's 100.
Huh.
He frowns.
I look back at Yandun.
He reaches into his bag and is counting out coins right now.
Oh, okay.
He passes you 100 silver and goes,
Okay. I hand it over.
no problem. You may pass, says the giant. He glares at you.
And we go.
They don't fuck with you guys at all. It's pretty much a business arrangement. They don't get a lot of travelers, but by God, when they do, they shake them down for more money than you get paid for watching a boat for a few days because they're bastards. You guys continue on Route 66. You then begin crossing the Mojave Desert. Eventually, in the distance, it looks like there's some sort of village, but there's massive rents in the earth. Just imagine giant claws going through the earth. And then there's these fucking children-sized bridges that are built over the cracks, right? I mean, they're really fucking narrow bridges, like little colorful handrails and stuff. And that's when you first notice. Give me spot hidden rolls.
Yes, very good.
No.
Glenn's looking into the distance, thinking about a girl that he went out on a date with. and wondering why she was able to eat the fucking steak. That costs so much money, he grouses. And meanwhile, you see it appears that there's a wee man, maybe, a couple feet tall, riding a fucking wolf. The wee man has like a hat with a buckle on it. He's dressed all in green, and he's got a red beard, and it's a fucking leprechaun, you think to yourself, riding a wolf. That's an odd thing to see. Give me Sandy roll. Actually, go ahead and do yours too, Glenn, because I'm thinking her gaping or pointing it out will eventually reveal this to you. He's riding this way.
Yep, I'm okay.
It's 1 point toward the leprechaun. If you make it. If you don't, then it's fine. They max at 12. They'll stop disturbing you someday. He rides up to about a stone throws away. He looks at you guys and he says, "Fuck off, okay?" With an Irish accent. He throws you the bird for good measure.
Just on our way through.
Not through our town, you're not. The road goes through their town, says the great Yondu.
We really want to use the road.
Well, I really want a fucking 3-foot long cock, but there you go.
I think to myself, that sounds very excessive.
It really does. You think, though, that when you're like 2 feet high, you got to be compensating for something. But he is riding a wolf. The wolf barks at you. Or coyote. Sorry, it's a coyote. Oh, shit. The bridges look super flimsy. And it also looks like if somebody's to go off the super flimsy, super narrow bridge, you do have a fucking mule with you still, which Yondu is currently riding. Because for some reason Glenn can make the mule move forward even when it doesn't want to, then you're going to take a 4-story fall, which is bad for mules generally.
Is this jumpable?
Some are, some probably not. And the mule definitely is not a big jumper. Especially considering it has all your food and water and shit on it. Not a big jumper, though.
If we can unload it, and
possible. Well, you also need to reinforce the bridge a little bit and stuff, but then possible. The leprechaun continues making obscene hand gestures in your guys' direction.
Please?
Fuck off, he says. You want to talk? Look. I'm not, and you'd have to talk to the Mamacita if you wanted to be able to go through. But we're not taking all of you in because you might do some bad shit in here. Who's coming into parlay?
We too. Glenn and I.
Yondu comes up, puts one hand on each of your shoulders, and goes, "Monsters, negotiating with monsters, to pass through monstrous territory. This is fucking exciting. Yeah!" And he goes back to the mule. The other 2 bodyguards are like, "Oh, you two? Good idea." All right, says the leprechaun. He leads you guys in. You guys go over some of these fucking shitty-ass bridges and, the sway. Some of them look almost like artwork more than anything structurally sound. But eventually, going one at a time and being fucking careful, you guys are taken into, it looks like the village. It's been done up. Like, have you guys ever seen the cheesy-ass Irish pubs?
Sure.
We can imagine.
Same guy who designed those cheesy-ass Irish pubs that nobody in Ireland would recognize, designed this village. You guys head in there, and eventually you're taken to the old wise woman that they call Mamacita, because for some reason they learned that word, and that's her title now. And she sits down, and she says, "So, you wish to pass through our village?"
Yes.
Hmm. I should know what I am dealing with then. You're from where?
Our caravan came out of San Angeles.
Oh, you're humans from San Angeles. Let me see your spirit pentagrams then to know.
Um, my I'm not from San Angeles. I'm not from around here. I don't have a pentagram.
But you're human.
Yes.
All humans have pentagrams.
Apparently not.
Or you just look human, she says. Now you're being accused of by about a 1.5 foot high ancient crone of being some sort of monster as well.
I just sigh.
She says, well, I'll tell you what then. Hmm. 2 each. The kobolds and Barstow. They've been making trouble for us. Each of you kill 2 of the little fuckers, and we'll let you and your people pass, and your mule. Bring back the heads. All right? She spits on her hand and extends this dainty claw-like appendage toward you.
I think, are we not supposed to leave the road?
Ah, don't worry. Barstow is on the road.
Oh.
I'm not sure which road it is exactly, but we really want the kobolds dead, so it's on a road for sure.
Don't think I've ever seen a kobold. What do they look like?
They're about as high as us, red, and ride big fucking scorpions. They have small horns also.
Huh.
Actually, she says something in some strange language. Give me Gaelic rolls and learn. Ooh, pick up a new skill.
Nope.
No.
That'd be a fumble. She says, fuck you, bring the mop. Kill both of them when I'm done mopping. And the kobold goes, oak. He says, oak passages, fortnight. And then leaves, and he comes back and he brings a little skull with him. It looks like a cross between a dog and a kid with a little horn on the top. So dog, kid, unicorn mesh. There you go. Like this, but with more flesh, she says. Bring me 2 each. You, your friends, your fucking mule can pass through my town.
So 4 total.
4 total. Yes. Neither of you have irritated me, so we're not upping it to 3 each or 5 each or something like that. Don't get stung by their fucking scorpions. They're poisonous as shit. Their Barstow is about 1 day hard march from here. Hard march for you. Fuck off now. I'm going back to drinking. Fuck off. Off ye fuck.
We turn around and go. Let's go, Glenn.
You take Glenn out of there. Scott, could you move your mic down away from your nose or just a little bit more? Because I know that you're sighing and it makes me happy, but it sounds like you're inflating the mic as well. So you guys fuck off. Where do you want to go? Your choices are back to the group or along Route 66 to go to Barstow. Meanwhile, when you get back to the group, they're talking. The Great Yandoon is talking to the guy who was initially flipping you off, and he's like, yeah, they're going to be sent off to kill some fucking kobolds. Oh, can we stay in your village while they're doing that? Yeah, we'll kill you all if they don't return. Sounds good, says Yandoon. No, you're going to eat your meal. Well, not if they return, right? No, of course not. We're not fucking savages. Great, says Yandoon. Oh, you guys are back. Yeah, so what'd you find out?
They want us to kill kobolds.
Okay. Great.
Great. There's a bonus for that, right?
Well, the biggest bonus is we get to continue on. You may succeed in your mission. I can't speak for what kind of deal you cut with them. How many you got to kill? 50 each? 100 each? What?
A tremendous amount.
Excellent. Good luck to you. We're gonna be in the village and hang out here until you get back, okay?
You didn't hire us to assassinate kobolds, though.
No, you just gotta keep me safe going Route 66.
Right.
And if you don't, then he looks at the leprechaun. Oh, we'll definitely slit your throats. Well, there you go, he says. Don't worry, we're making good time, and my feet have stopped bleeding so much. You have any alcohol? Oh, we've got alcohol. Yeah, we'll get drunk. Okay. Oh, yeah. Great. You guys go ahead and do your thing. We'll hang out here.
Let's go, Glenn.
You drag Glenn up. He sighs so much.
Nothing. That was a gravy list. Good try, though.
He just keeps sighing a lot. It's kind of like he's a cross between a human and a bellows. So you guys head off. Right. Continue on Route 66.
Yeah, I have faith in Yondoon here. We're gonna let's stay on the road.
Barstow off on some shit side road.
No, it's actually right on Route 66, which is amazingly fortunate. So you guys get close to it. Give me stealth rolls to avoid being seen, having tons of guards come out, doing a long, pointless combat that ends up with your resurrecting.
I did not make stealth.
Yeah, no problem. Their exterior guards see you guys well out. They call in lots of troops, and we'll probably end up killing you guys in a long, pointless combat. You'll get to experience the resurrection mechanic.
Sounds like a hero.
Sounds like a hero.
I'm easygoing on this either way. I'll play out just as much of the combat. They've got like more than 100 dudes. So, if you want me to play it out, I'm happy to.
It's a lot of dudes.
I didn't make the hero.
The leprechauns do as well. She's blowing through all of her hero points now because she's horrible at stealth, apparently. It could be all the bells she's wearing.
This is my sack of apples. Keep rolling out.
What is that? Two heroes you've spent so far?
Oh no! Now it's 3, and it's worse. It's getting so much worse.
She's getting louder as she approaches the village. She begins screaming at them, "Come on out, you bastards!"
Okay, I made mine.
Hooray! It's all up to her because it's one of those things where you guys are hanging out together, and if one person is loud, you may as well both failed.
Okay, sync. Oops, sorry, that was a double.
I always go with the first one. How'd you do?
I didn't make the first one.
Hooray! So you spend the hero point, you get the second one. At last, you're done draining your hero points. So, did you guys make it by 30 or whatever? I wanted to find out how far outside of town to put you.
No.
I made it by...
High, red, with a horn. If you fail a sanity roll, and then you roll a d6 and get a 5 or 6, and then get freak or whatever, you may end up just standing there and screaming, hence negating your earlier stealth roll as you point and scream it. No? You guys doing okay on it?
We're doing okay.
1 point toward Becking Kobold. They do ride around. Don't worry about a separate sanity roll for the giant scorpions, but apparently they have riding scorpions. Big enough for anybody if they're 2 foot tall. They look fucking poisonous as shit, too. You guys are currently like on the outskirts of the village, pretty close to one of the houses. You can hear a weird rhythmic noise in there. Pretty sure there's only one person in there. What?
What are kobolds max at?
12.